Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today, Ray Shadow Legends, with another champion guy, this time on Danag Skullreap. First, a few shoutouts to you guys. We have Neil looking for a guide on Harvest Jack, who I just pulled, and Danag Skullreap, who I pulled on my mini account. We have NKC, Danag Skullreap, we have User, we have Private, we have Ares and Hades, WR. Danag Skullreap is so powerful, you'll cry once you test him out. Whoa, we'll put that to the test today, guys. Danag Skullreap, your next video, it should be a video because he's a god. He will make any other champions your cry after you test out a real god champion. Just saying, Ash, Orc champion. Wow, Ares and Hades. Man, please do a guide on Champion Guides channel for Danag Skullreap now that you've pulled him in a shard opening video. My first legendary champion from CK Usman. C. Cussman. What up, man? Clark, there we go. You changed your name on the next screenshot. Awesome. And then NKC as well. Shout out to all of you guys leaving champion guide requests in the comments below. Let's go ahead and jump into it here. I'm already crying, man. I guess he was right. We haven't even looked at him yet, and I'm already in tears, man. I just been waiting so... Sorry. Anyway, Danag Skullreap. All right, Danag. What do you do, man? He's an orc who hates elves. Just the way it should be. Just the way it ought to be here. His base stats, his attack is pretty good. Everything else is average to slightly above, below, average. He's an attack-based champion. He's magic affinity, okay? He looks freaking cool, right? I mean... He's got the massive skull cape thing going on. He's got the dual wielding mallets or whatever those are, maces. And yeah, I mean, like, not protecting the abdomen much, but the rest of the body, we've got it covered, literally. On the Shatter Confidence, the A1 ability attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit, 50% chance of placing a decreased defense for 2 turns. Chance increases to a 70% chance if they're under fear or true fear. A 2-time hitter with each hit having a 50% chance to land the decreased defense is actually pretty dependable against bosses. Going to land more often than not because we got 2 shots at it. Obviously, that can be bumped up to a 55% chance with a sniper mastery as well. Bane of Elves, his A2 ability. Again, this dude hates elves. It's an AoE, 100% decreased accuracy for 2 turns, and a true fear debuff for 1 turn. Champions from High Elf and Dark Elf factions cannot resist these debuffs. True Fear is it's a 50-50 shot at losing your turn and putting that skill on cooldown as well. And decreased accuracy is nice to have on an AoE, all on a 3-turn cooldown. Pretty good multipliers as well. Battle Flow. This is what really makes his kit kind of work, I would say. Attacks 1 enemy, ignores shield buffs, right? So no worries about bolster or anything like that in the arena. Decreases the cooldown of Battle Flow, which is this ability, by 2 turns, fills his turn meter by 30%, plays an increased crit damage on him for 2 turns, all if you kill an enemy, okay? So a 4-turn cooldown, you use the ability, you take a turn, you bump down 2 more turns as well. But the way that it goes with the Healthy Grudge passive is really something that's pretty dang special. It's super, super fun. Heals his champion by 50% of his max HP every time he kills an enemy. Also, grants an extra turn every time this champion kills an enemy from the High Elf or Dark Elf factions. So essentially, you can come in here and pop off with the A3. You can kill them, take an extra turn because you killed a Dark Elf or a High Elf, go in with the A2 ability. You can True Fear if there's any High Elves or Dark Elves left there. It's irresistible. You can True Fear everybody. If you end up finishing off another High Elf or Dark Elf, you can come right back in and Battle Flow will be off cooldown because of the 2-turn reset. You can have some really cool chain, I guess, just chain death experiences, right? Utilizing this champion. So that's his kit, guys. I want to actually pull him up before I show you the build. I want to pull him up on hellhades.com, see what they say about this dude, see where they say that they would recommend using him, okay? They give him his overall score is going to be a 3.5 overall grading on this champion. I tend to agree with that grade. I think he's a 3.5 because although he's super fun, he's also a champion who is pretty niche, you know? Like, There's not that many areas there's going to be a lot of high elves and dark elves you're going to be able to take advantage of that's really going to, be a game-changing experience for your account or anything like that. That being said, you're still a good nuker with really good debuffs and nice synergy with the passive in the A3 ability. So where are the key areas? Doom Tower Waves, 4.5, absolutely. Hydra, it can be nice damage, and the decreased accuracy is nice to have, but he's not going to be a champion that you see in Hydra meta, especially on the best teams in the game. But we don't all have the luxury of being in the end game of Raid Shadow Legends with the best teams in the game, right? He can be a nice DPS option, again, with that decreased accuracy. Spider, a good Spider nuker, especially for Spider progression. Where else? Dragon, Ice Golem, he's a great wave killer, a great control champion, right? We haven't talked a lot about that True Fear, but that's really nice to have on that AoE 3-turn cooldown as well. Dark Fae, good control for your own team, or he'll just kill them, right? The sneaky thing you can do against Dark Fae is place a high elf or a dark elf on your team. And then when you get to the mirrored copy of your own champions before the Dark Fae, well, you can go ahead and just kill the, the high elf or the dark elf, get that extra turn. So you can kind of jimmy rig it in your favor, so to speak. A 1.9 multiplier on the A1 is actually pretty solid. It's a 3.8 because he's got 2 hits. We have the Bane of Elves. The AoE attack is a 4.2 multiplier, really good. And then a 5.9 multiplier on the A3, a godlike damage rating on the A3 ability, and ignoring those shields. So definitely can pack a punch here. Before we go into the arena, I want to try him out in Faction Wars, but before we do any of that, let me show you the build that I have on him today. I have an accuracy set and a savage set on Danag Skullreap. Savage to ignore defense, obviously, and accuracy because we do want, as much accuracy as we can get to place that decreased accuracy on the AoE, and most importantly, that True Fear, okay? So we have attack on the banner, we have crit damage on the gauntlets, and we have HP on the ring. We could go min-max all attack if we wanted to. However, I did want some survivability on this dude. He's fairly squishy, less than 1,000 defense and 17k just barely on the HP, right? So I thought going HP flat stat would be the wise move here. Hey, ideally we'd have some decent attack substats here too, but we will ramp it up by 14 there. It's going to be a game changer. It's going to make all the difference. So again, crit damage on the amulet. We have speed on the boots. We do have attack percentage on the chest. We have crit damage on the gauntlets, looking for crit rate, looking for a little bit of speed and accuracy on our substats here. We don't have them fully glyphed out or fully ascended. So I would say this is a good build, but obviously we could get further down the road for the end game as well. I do have Soul Reap on him. We're going to be using him, as I said, in the arena. He's only 1-star awakened. Soul Reap's, I wouldn't say it's the best blessing out there, but it's also not the worst, right? Cruelty could be a consideration for this champion. Also crushing rend, right? Okay, he has a double hitter on this A1. You could even consider Phantom Touch if you wanted to use him for a Fire Knight, progression champion. He could add some nice damage for you there and chip away at that shield with the A1. We do have the offense and support tree. We kept it pretty clean here. Offense, we came down, picked up Life Drinker for a little survivability. We went down, picked up Helm Smasher as well. Nothing wrong with going Shield Breaker, going with Ruthless Ambush, going with Cycle of Violence, Kill Streak, and then Helm Smasher as well. Probably would be the way that I would go for PvP as well. On the support tree, went for some accuracy and kept it pretty clean from there. I did pick up Sniper for that A1 on the decreased defense. Keep in mind, Master Hexer will not work with True Fear, but it will work for the decreased defense and the decreased accuracy. All right, guys, let's give this dude a chance here. Let's give him a chance to make us cry a little bit more, man. Let's go to Faction Wars. I do have Faction Wars open right now. I saw Thunder saying, it was PR? Dang. And I read that. I glanced at it. I'm like, how does he know I'm doing a Danag? How does he know I'm doing a Danag guide? Dang, Ash, dang. Orc, stage 21. All right, let's get these clowns out of here. Let's go with something. Let's go Tuok. Let's go Tagore, best champion in the game. Zargala, Duck the Pierced, and the man, the myth, the legend. HP in all battles. What else? Attack in all battles? Yeah, Tuok. I have a +3 Tuok the Wanderer, guys. I love that dude, man. I love that dude. All right, here we go. Charge can't. Comes in. There he goes. That was his A2. Certainly did a decent amount of damage there, guys. I mean, he evaporated everybody. I didn't even see anything there. I didn't even see anything. All right. Go back in here. Did you see his A3, guys? Didn't even really notice. Wait, Danag and they all look the same from behind here. That's the Bane of Elves. That's the A2 ability there. I think I may have misidentified him early on in the battle there. There's Danag. You can tell by the cape, of course, right? That we mentioned, the aforementioned cape. Battle Flow does a decent amount of damage. You can see the decreased accuracy is there. Decreased accuracy is one of those debuffs that, like, no one's going to get super excited about it, right? But it's becoming a little bit more available than it was back in the day. Like almost no champions had that. That's why like Geo's A1 back in the day when he was introduced, like, wow, an AoE decreased accuracy on the A1, you know, but it's a little bit more common now, but it's still really nice to have. It's still like, it's not something that you ever really, you seldom recognize the decreased accuracy, right? Because, you know, unless you're really looking for the resist that happened because of the decreased accuracy, it's easy to miss, right? So it's nice to have that there on top of the damage, on top of everything else. He's a really cool champion. Again, I don't think, you're not going to cry when you get this dude. All jokes aside, you're not going to cry when you get this dude. You're probably not, he's not going to be your #1 most wanted legendary, but he's definitely a guy that you can have get a lot of damage from and have a lot of fun with on your account. So you can see he outdamaged everybody on the team. He kind of should, right? He is a legendary, but still, Tuok is a great damage dealer. So is Zargala. So he's going against some of the better epics, especially from the Orc faction. And he put out almost 1 million in total damage there. So he can definitely pack a punch if that's what you're looking for. Absolutely. All right, guys, here we are in the arena where I absolutely think if you pull Danag Skullreap, you could use him as your main arena nuker. And I've got really one word as to why. Arbiter. Arbiter. Honestly, Arbiter is still the most popular speed lead in the arena through every league up to Platinum, right? She's still going to be the most popular champion that you see inside the arena, such as others are as well, like a Madame Ceres, a Lydia, a Mithrala. There's a lot of high elves and dark elves inside the arena meta. So the areas that you're going to be able to use Danag to his full impact, his full effect, are going to be a lot more than you may, you know, intuitively think when you actually summon him. Like, how many high elves am I going against? Well, it turns out a freaking ton, right? So even without going against high elves and dark elves, I don't want to just put him into this little corner where he can't still be a great control champion, you know, just a good damage dealer as well. So let's just start with this team here. You'll see really solid damage. Obviously, we want to set him up with an increased attack, a decreased defense, a weaken on the opponent's team if at all possible. Let's get some more turn meters, some increased speed. Estrid's so good too, man. All right, Danag, you should be up, big fella. All right, nope. Okay, here he goes. So we were able to to somehow get through an Armand's. Let's go in with the AoE. Boom. Some pretty nice damage. Let's go. Let's test out. We killed the Arbiter. We killed the High Elf. Let's go in with the Battle Flow. We couldn't one-shot Duchess with that hard-hitting A3. Thanks, though, we have Lydia to deny the revival there, so we can finish her off with the A1, or maybe we'll just sit with Estrid here, it looks like, right? Estrid's A1 gets the job done. So, yeah, I mean, just look at this, right? This is not, I did not, like, hand-pick this, but look at High Elf right there, Lysandra. High Elf, Lysandra. High Elf on Arbiter. A Mithrala. Let's refresh. Look at all this. Arbiter. Uh-oh, no High Elves, Dark Elves. One team. Arbiter. High Elf, Dark Elf, no. Arbiter. So, yeah, he's going to be able to be used everywhere for you in the arena. A lot more, again, that you might think. Let's go ahead. We have him on a typical speed team. Obviously, a couple speed boosters on here, as well as a debuffer, right? So let's see what he does here. Comes in with the AoE. Boom! Not bad. He's definitely not going to be like top-notch S-tier damage compared to, you know, the most popular meta champions in the entire game. But he'll absolutely be a serviceable damage dealer, you know, for Great Hall farming, for just having fun in the arena, for countering high elves and dark elves. Definitely hits hard enough. Let's just say that, right? Let's again go with the double whammy here from Estrid. And then here we go again. Let's go again with the A2. A squishier team, but, you know, that was some really nice damage there. I want to try to find a little bit of a tankier team here, though. That's a little tankier right here. That might be our option. This is... It's hard to kind of make sense of this team, but let's try it out. Let's try it out. I want to try to lead off with this A3 and test the damage there as well. So here comes the debuff. And here comes the... I always forget the extra turn abilities, the A3 or the A2. There we go. She deals nice damage too. All right, let's test out the A3. We're going to go after Arbiter. We'll kill her, 150k. We'll get that. See, it's already on a 1-turn cooldown already. We come back in here, get another nice kill, and there's only Ragash left. That's it. I love the chain reaction here, right? I love the chain reaction of, like, killing high elves into more elves, into dark elves, into more elves. All right, guys, one tankier team here before we hit the road. So I wanted to try, you know, get a little bit more time with this dude, right? So let's go in with the increase attack, turn meter boost, decrease defense, weaken, increase speed times like 4 on this team, aka 2. Let's take that extra turn. Let's go in there. Let's get some debuffs, some decreased speed. All right, so what do you want to do here, guys? Unfortunately, the one champion we really want to kill has no debuffs right now. So let's just go in with the A2 and try to play some True Fears on everybody. Look at that. True Fear and decreased accuracy. How did that land on Mithrala? I'll tell you how. It can't be resisted because she's a dark elf, which is great because Mithrala obviously has insane amounts of resistance. Now, they do have Pythion, a couple cleansers on the team. That stinks, but hopefully we can finish things off here. All right. So let's just keep poking away at their DPS and Harima. We'll deny that revival. Thank you very much, Pythion. Let's go in again with the A3, take that extra turn, go in again with the A2, kill Harima, absolutely. And now there's no revive on cooldown for Pythion here. It looks like Mithrala might be kind of the last to die on this team. Let's try to kill her here. You're just not going to get enough damage, frankly, with all of the, without any debuffs on a tankier champion with that A3. Let's keep going down, though, down the road and see what we can do. I was hoping we could lock out Pythion and deny that revive, but let's keep poking away here at Mithrala with the A1 ability. Not bad. I wish the decreased defense on the A1 also couldn't be resisted. That would be fun. Nice little addition. If they're ever going to buff Danag, it's really not that big of a game changer, but it'd be nice to be able to land that as well, right? I'm still using the A2, as you guys can see here. There we go. We kill Mithrala, but we do get petrified. And the revive is up right now for Pythion, I think, right? 1 turn away. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. 1 turn away. Oh, I've been using the A2 of Lydia, as you guys have noticed, primarily because of the buffs, even though they had block debuffs up. All right, let's go in. Let's go in. Oh, man, he's going to get it. He's going to pull it off right here. It's okay. We got the deny. Oh, dude, Lydia is so fun, man. I don't use Lydia a lot in the arena anymore, but every time I do, getting those denies, those turns go by pretty fast, you know? What is it, a 9-turn cooldown or something like that? Am I making that up? Is it a 9-turn cooldown, her passive? Let me check real quick. But either way, really fun champion, Danag Skullreap. It is a 7-turn cooldown. Okay, that makes more sense. 9 booked down to 7. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Danag Skullreap is a really cool champion. Great control for waves. And just overall, really fun, right? And that's what this game is supposed to be at the end of the day. Guys, let me know in the comments if you use Danag anywhere else other than where I highlighted him. I will say again, Curse City is great. That's where I use Danag the most on my account, right? There's a lot of areas where he's available, like Orc Legendaries are available in Curse City and a couple rotations. So I've been using him heavily there for control mainly with that A2 ability. Guys, keep the champion guide requests coming in the comments below. Much love, and as always, take care.